Hello. Welcome, my friend. How are you? My name is Steven De Cuba. I am a wedding and branding photographer based in the Netherlands, and I am a business strategist that helps busy creatives build a personal brand on social media so that you can turn your passion into a profitable business. I'm so excited to be here. I'm testing out my new microphone and it feels really weird. So, today I want to talk about one specific topic. If you have seen the title of today's presentation. My friend, today we are talking about how do you price yourself as a personal brand? Because one of the common mistakes that most people make, especially once they're starting their business, is that they base their pricing depending on what other people in their industry are charging. Not only is this one of the most common mistakes that most people make, but also one of the biggest mistakes that you can make when first starting out. Think about it. If you are going to decide what is possible for you, and how much you are going to charge for your business and your services, depending on what other people are doing, what you're basically doing is that you're going to fit your business in their perspective and their ideas, but you have your own idea, you have your own way of delivering your content, you the way to help your audience. So if we are approaching our business from what is possible for other people, that is not basically what we are signing up for, right? So if this is your first time looking at my face, my name is Steven De Cuba. I am a wedding and branding photographer based in the Netherlands. I am a online marketeer, business strategist that help busy creatives. If you're a wedding planner, photographer, videographer, if you are a graphic designer, if you have a business that provides service or product, my friend, I am here to help you to build a personal brand on social media so that the personal brand is what sells your services and your products. One of the things that I have learned is that people don't buy what you sell. This is one of the things that I've learned from Simon Sinek, that people don't buy what you sell, they buy why you sell what you sell. It's beginning with the why. Why is it? Why are you doing the thing that you're doing? And for me, I remember when I first started my photography journey in Aruba, I started to charge 75 florins for an hour photo shoot. And that is, if we translate it to Europe, it is 35 euros. So you could imagine for 1 hour photo shoot, you can get for 35 euros, you can get a whole hour photo shoot with me. And here's the thing, when I first started exploring photography, I saw other photographers doing way more than what I was doing. They were doing way more than I was doing, and they were also charging way more than what I was charging. Let me sure I can if I can turn my camera here. Yeah, perfect. I love it. So they were charging way more than what I was charging, and for that same 1 hour photo shoot. And I told myself that one day I want to be like these people. One day I wanna charge more. I want more money for the things that I was doing. So photography. So I remember that the funny thing is that at the beginning, when I first started charging only 75 florins, there were a group of people that found my services really pricey, and there were other people, other group of people that found that my services were really cheap. And then I raised my price. So a couple of months later, I raised my price to 150 euros, which is like 150 florins, which is like 75, uh, uh, 70 euros. And still, some people found it pricey and other people found it cheap. And then when I raised my price to 250, there were a group of people that found it pricey and there were a group of people that find it cheap. And then after I think a couple of years or a couple of months later, I raised my price to 350. So we went from 75 florins to 350 florins, which is more than double, of course. And I think 350 euros is like 350 florins is like 150 euros. So my point here is that at each level of my growth, there were a group of people that found my price pricey and others that found it cheap. And here is a fact that I wanted to share with you. The fact is that in every phase of your business, there are going to be people that will find you cheap, and there are going to be people that think that you are expensive. Now, your job isn't to serve everyone. Your job is to stand in your purpose and believe what you are worth and what you can bring to the table. Just last week or this weekend, actually, I went on Clubhouse and we were talking about um, how we can. It was an open topic. It was this room with open topics, so you can bring whatever you want to talk about. And we were talking about business. And this person asked that how can you monetize what you're doing? How can you get more of the things that you want to do? So, for example, um, when I first started photography, I knew I wanted to do photography, but I didn't know if I wanted to do all types of photography. I first started doing all types: wedding, uh, uh, portraits, events, food photography, product photography, indoors, outdoors, all types of photography. But I knew that I liked something more about weddings. So there was something about weddings that I liked the most. I really, really love being part of my couple's wedding day. So we were talking about how can you position yourself as the go-to person in that specific niche, wedding photography, when you build a brand online. And one of the things that we were talking about is that you put out there what you want to get back to you, but it's up to you to decide what is your word. Because here's the thing: when I started my photography business as a wedding photographer, there were people that were doing wedding photography as well. And as we go back to the first thing that I said when I started this live session, is that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do what you do. So, in every phase of your business, there are going to be people that think you are cheap and others that think that you are expensive. Your job is to make sure that what you provide looks way different than what your competitors are providing. Your job is to give your clients the best experience by exceeding their expectation. That is how you are supposed to do that. And how do you do that? Well, my friend, you build an intentional personal brand online. Now, my friend, which doesn't know we are friends, Seth Godin, describes brand beautifully. And he says that brand is a set of expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that taken together account for a consumer's decision to choose one product or services over another. So, in other words, a brand is an experience. A brand is an experience that you create for your audience, for your clients, for your subscribers, for your followers. In every phase, in every medium, you create an experience. So, for example, we can take Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts as an example. When you go for coffee at Starbucks, you know the type of experience that you are going to receive in comparison to Dunkin' Donuts. Starbucks offers a premium coffee experience by focusing on the comfort of the customer, right? So they offer free Wi-Fi. They have cozy decor that invites people to work there. Some people even just go to read or perhaps meet with friends or with colleagues. And this is what makes Starbucks different. They both, Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, sell coffee, and although other food as well, but mainly if you're going for coffee, you can get coffee at both places. But the experience that you will go through when you go to Starbucks is different. So, what does this mean for us as personal brand? Well, the same thing. How can you create an unforgettable experience for your customers so that they can keep talking about your brand and become a raving fan about your business and your services and your product and talk about it, right? That is what we call the word of mouth. And how can you make sure you do that? Well, my friend, you build an intentional personal brand online. And that is what we're talking about. So the price is not the main deciding factor. That is not, people are not going to look at you and say, oh, because it is 85 euros, for example, I want to pay 80. No, it's like you bring to the table what you can do and how you can uniquely bring it to the table. Um, is what is going to make the difference between someone say, you know what, here's my money without even asking for like a discount, which we don't want, right? So the question becomes, okay, so it's about the value. It's not about the pricing. It's not about it's about who you are as well, but it's not about the pricing. It's not the numbers, not the main deciding factor. Okay, so how do you decide the pricing then? How do you decide your pricing if you're starting out? It's like, today is my first day as an entrepreneur. How do I decide my pricing? Well, my friend, I have one thing to say that once my business mentor told me, and I wanted to give this back to you, which is how you see business determines what is possible for you. So, as a wedding photographer, my prices are above industry standard. And why? Well, because I understand that the value and the experience that I create for my clients when they book me is different, is really, really like I show up for my couples. So, for example, when a couple books with me as their wedding photographer, when they secure their date, I make sure to send them a bottle of wine, perhaps with cheese, perhaps with crackers, pasta, whatever, something related to their wedding theme, or most of the time is a bottle of wine, just to welcome them to the experience with my brand. That is part of my brand. Um, different other examples that I can think about. For example, when I say that I'm going to deliver 100 photos, perhaps I over deliver, give them 250 photos. Like, how can you make sure you set expectation? I think this is a key here. How can you make sure you can set expectation, and when you have set the expectation, how can you exceed the expectation? So, for example, I can deliver a free print of their favorite photo as a gift, photographer gift, or perhaps when I know holiday is coming. So, for example, Valentine's just passed by. Perhaps I can give a photo, a print to one of my former couples, right? So how can I make sure that throughout the process as booking me as your wedding photographer, I can make sure that I can deliver a different type of experience? Let me know if this makes sense. If you're tuning in live, if you're watching the replay, make sure you drop me a comment and you let me know what do you think. Let me know if this makes sense for you. And Janine, I love it. Thank you for being here. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So going back to me, my experience as a photographer and how I make sure that I create an experience for my couples. Let's go back what this could mean for you. So for example, when deciding your packages, I want you to think about how can you, for your business, make sure you create an experience for your clients, for your audience, different than what your competitors are doing. Can you think about how you can over deliver? Can you think about how you can set expectation that you can easily exceed those expectations? The goal is always to think about how you can serve your audience to the best of your abilities, rather than looking at what other people are doing or charging and try to fit your business in that, right? It doesn't make sense. So today I wanted to share with you 3 different journal exercises. So 3 different questions that I want you to answer today as you're watching this video. So I want you to go ahead, take a notebook, grab your phone, whatever you have near you, and these are the questions that I want you to answer. So number 1, What is it about your business that makes you different from your competitors? Can you think about what is it about you that you know for sure your competitors cannot even compete with you? Can you? Hi, Ludwina. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, but we are talking today about how can you price yourself as a personal brand, and I have three journal questions I want you to use today. So the first one, what is it about your business that makes you different from your competitors? Number two, what experience would you give your audience if money wasn't an issue? I mean, if you have all the monies in the world, which by the way you do have, you are connected with the infinite possibilities and infinite abundance of money, which we are all connected to. But if you had all the money in the world, you have all the ones and zeros and nines in your bank account, what would you give your audience? What is the experience that you will give your audience to make sure they become raving fans of your business? Can you write something down? All right. And the third one, what are three things that your past customers are always complimenting you about? Or perhaps if you don't have past customers, perhaps this is your first time starting out, like you're just starting out your business. How do you want your clients to talk about your business? What are the things that you want them to say? What are the key phrases or key words that you want them to describe your business? My friend, when you are clear how you want other people to talk about your business, you teach them how to talk about your business. And then they go ahead and keep talking about your business. But it all goes down to how can you answer these three questions? That's all I'm asking you today. So that's the three questions I have for you. Let's recap it. Number one, what is about your business that makes you different from your competitors? Number two, what experience would you give your audience if money wasn't an issue? And number three, what are three things that your past customers are always complimenting you about? All right, so make sure you answer those three questions. I have one big announcement that I want to I want to give you, I want to share with you, and that is that the waitlist for the Intentional Personal Branding online program is now open for enrollment. So, this is my online group coaching program that helps busy creatives build a personal brand on social media so that they can turn their passion into a profitable business. It's an 8-week intensive group coaching program. You're going to have access to the whole IPB program. So, this is a 4-module online course, but of course, we have a group coaching program that starts immediately with the program, and that is what is opening really soon. I'm not dropping the date yet. I am dropping it this week, but not yet, not today. But you can now join the waitlist to be the first one notified as soon as I open the doors. I want to make sure that as soon as I open the doors, you are the one joining the program, because here's the thing. I wanted to keep it intimate. I wanted to keep the group small, because when we are an intimate group, we can grow faster because we have more attention for each other. All right. So all you have to do is head to stevendecuba.com/waitlist. And there is where you're going to find all the information about this program. All right. If you have any question, drop it in the comment box. Make sure you like this video. Oh, and make sure you share this with someone that I just thought about something, but never mind. Share this with someone that you think might be helpful. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys next week. Again, stevendecuba.com/waitlist. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.